right, we are with another episode of No Lion, No Bull. I have one of my favorite cousins here, Mr. Kelvin Dunigan. Mr. Kelvin, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
What's up, y'all? My name is Kelvin Dunigan. I am a real estate investor, real estate broker, entrepreneur. I wear quite a few hats, but I think thing I'm most proud of is a father and husband. Father and husband, native of South Side Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I rep everywhere I go. Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here on the podcast. No line,
No
I'm
Lion,
here.
No Bull.
No line, no bull. Let's go.
Where you raised at? In the Hundreds?
South, yes, sir. Wild Hunter, South Side.
Shout out to the Wild Hunters.
South Side, West Side.
What shaped your work ethnic coming up? Where do you get the hustle and the grit and the grind from?
I think my work ethic, I would say, so I seen my mother go to work. She worked for the phone company, my childhood. So I'm from that. I'm from, being raised by my parents and seeing them go to work every day. But also even outside, when I was outside and doing my thing, I was around other men that were doing the same thing. They went to work and, of course we did what we did outside of that, but, went to work and made sure that, whatever we wanted to do, whatever we needed, we made necessary adjustments to go get it. Nothing was given to none of us. So, growing up and seeing people like me, seeing me out there and going to get it by any means. I just take that from you, huh? Yes, sir. Just take it with me.
You say you do trucking and real estate. How do you combo those both together?
So it's a journey. It's a journey. Definitely tough, but it's worth it. It's my experience. I started out doing real estate. That's my passion. That's my first passion is real estate. I got started years ago. I guess, about 10 years ago. I bought my first property about 10 years ago. And then as I got, started buying more properties, I got into the trucking industry. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm doing both, so I started off, it's a story, but I started off with drivers. So I went and bought trucks. I'm a little crazy. So I went and bought trucks and got drivers before I knew how to drive myself. Mm-hmm. That's something else I learned outside, and then I learned to utilize the funds and the revenue that was coming in from trucking to then invest in my real estate. Whereas before, I had a 9-to-5. So, I used that income and different benefits to invest in real estate. When I transitioned out of 9-to-5 over to have my own trucking company, the same thing, just use those resources to turn around and invest in real estate.
How's that industry right now, the trucking industry? I know I was in there for a while. Mm-hmm. What is your outlook on it right now?
Yeah,
and interesting. One more thing too. What type of trucks? They box trucks, 18-wheelers?
The big boys. I went and got the semis. I went and got the big boys. So, I did a lot of research before I jumped. I did some research as far as, when you say research, we say money. How much money is in it? How much something costs? How much can I make? How much I pay the drivers?
Exactly.
So I did that thing and then talked to a couple of homies that had been doing it for years as far as driving. So I learned from that. But now the truck industry is interesting. A lot of things have changed since I started. I started kind of, I don't want to say beginning of COVID, but during that time, oh man, the money was,
right?
Yeah, it was different kind of money.
Yeah,
it was different kind of money, man. I was, if you could say numbers, I guess I would pocket, I don't know, maybe $4,000 in a week and didn't put my shoes on. Mm-hmm. So it was that then, and then, pandemic things change, presidents change, and what have you. So now, my expert opinion, it's not as much as it was to whereas I could have 3 drivers out, and then make enough money off of them for myself. It was enough to stretch and make sure everybody was comfortable. Not so much now. So I am driving myself. I got my own trucks, so I go and get it myself now, as opposed to depending on other people, to find their way to work and all that kind of thing. So
yeah,
exactly.
A lot of guys had to switch over and do that.
Yeah. And got to make the adjustments. The hustlers do.
Oh yeah,
Pivot.
That's right. Pivot. Got to make it happen. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
What lessons did the road teach you that business school never could?
That's a good question. What did the road? So
just getting out there, grinding and being hands-on versus being, entrepreneur, sit back in the office. You had to get out there and get hands-on. So
yeah, man. It taught me a lot as far as what I can't see getting it in school. Discipline, like you said, the grit to get out there and get it. It's not I did years of 9 to 5, but now I may have to get up and start driving or doing something at 3 in the morning. I may have to do something at 3 in the morning for a couple of days and turn around and then do something at night. So I tell you, when I am in a truck, I go out there and I may go make a delivery somewhere, and while I'm making a delivery, I have to stop and then get my laptop out, go in the back, and then do real estate while they load the truck up. They load the truck up, I write the contracts, send the emails, close back up, truck ready to go, let's go. It is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. I enjoy it, and that grit. And then when all the money comes in, you have to have discipline to not go throw everything over there and throw it over there. You got to spread it out and put it where it needs to go, and make things last in case for repairs on trucks or repairs on property. So you got to have just discipline, grit,
money
management, a lot of things. It's a lot that I've learned over the years that they ain't gonna have in that classroom. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
it ain't gonna be in them books.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be in them books.
80% of the stuff in the books you don't use.
Right.
Do not use.
And then you get upset about that when you start thinking about when you was forced to be in the books and this and that, and you be like, nah, that's not even, like that's not even really a real thing. So,
yeah, exactly.
Then taxes, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I appreciate it all. I wouldn't trade it in. Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit about your real estate portfolio and what you're doing with that. I know you do a lot with your kids, incorporating them in your real estate business.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I started in by 2015 about my first building, and just trying something. That's just my nature. Growing up, you see something that look like it work, I'm going over here and try it, see if it works. We win some, you lose some. We're gonna go shoot it. We're gonna go try it. Mm-hmm. So I tried it. I bought a building, turned around and bought a single family house. So I bought a couple of properties and learned along the way. As I buying those properties, went on YouTube and realized that I could get my broker license and make a commission off my own purchases.
Most definitely.
So I said, okay. The class is $300, and I went to South Suburban College 2 nights a week after work for 1 semester. $300. I got my real estate license. Mm-hmm. So now, okay, cool. So now I started buying properties and getting paid off my own purchases. So I continue to buy more properties over the years. And I started working also as a real estate broker with different investors. We got a program I'm connected with called Make Real Estate Real. Mm-hmm. And that's with investors all over the world that wanted to invest in Chicago. We had lenders, we had the whole team, lenders, attorneys, whatever. So I'm buying my properties and I'm helping other people buy properties in Chicago. Yeah. So I done that for a few years. And in 2023, I started my own program called Disrupt the Disruptors. Now this program is strictly for young people. So now I done bought regular residential properties. I done rehab, bought rehab properties. I rehab properties for other people. So I and run the trucking at the same time. So I put everything together, all my experiences, expertise. I put it in an online course, and I made it understandable and put at a level for young people. I would say 18 and over to understand and grasp the concept. Like you said, I did it with my own children first. I got 2 boys, and my oldest he bought his 2-unit, and then my second one bought a 4-unit, and then just bought a house last month, 2 months ago. So teaching them, and as I'm teaching them and building them, we don't gatekeep, right? So I just, if I'm teaching them and I'm showing them, then I open up and put in the course for all the young people. And I've been helping them, man. I got 19, 20-year-old landlords, teaching them so now they learn the property management. They learn different things. So I talk a lot about that. We did a lot of that in 23 and 24. I'm proud of 25. Not so many people bought buildings as prior. I got 3 young people that got in a truck. So I'm teaching that in the course too. So, you got young people and they are 20, 21, and they're not in school and they don't know what to do. They're working at the Foot Locker, or Snipes or what have you. And they're not really making the money like they're trying to figure it out. Well, get your CDL license, go get your driving license. And they went and got their license, and they went in and got started with a trucking company and making more money than they ever thought. And, so I got 3 young people that started on the road this year, and they already talking about seeing me in a few months to get their first property. So I'm taking experiences and redefining what's cool in our community. If that makes sense.
I think that's super dope. How can the young people find you for your mentorship?
So I got my website, KelvinDunigan.com, www.Kelvin Dunigan, Dunigan.com. That's the online course you can get. Right now it's $19.99. And that's nothing. It's never been about the money.
I was just finna say that's a real reasonable price there.
Yeah, it's never been about the money. It's not about the money. Do real estate and truck, I'm gonna get some money. I tell my kids, if you ever find out they ain't got no money, they stop making it.
I know that's right.
It's not gonna happen. So I'm not worried about the money. I put the price on that to teach them that they have to pay for something that they want, and nobody's gonna give you anything.
Exactly.
Invest in yourself, right? So that's how they can get the course. You can reach me on my social medias and what have you. But I'm available, man. I really want to get the message out.
Give them your social medias.
Facebook. I think not on. If y'all on Facebook. Kelvin, Kelz, Kelz Dunigan, Dunigan, and my Instagram is Disruptors on IG. So IG is where they can reach me at. I'm on TikTok, I think. I don't know I'm not that versed on TikTok yet. I'm on there somewhere.
Right.
But they can reach me on IG at Disruptors and see my content and different things I post out there to help the young people. Yeah. Now the information is universal. It's really about first-time home buying and the steps to, buying your first property. I just add a little nugget in there and gems pursuant to young people, but it's universal for anybody that's looking to get into the real estate industry. They got some step-by-step in there, and you can reach me to help with that.
There you go, young people. You say y'all ain't got nobody to help you. Here you go, right there.
Yeah.
Switch gears a little bit here. What keeps you disciplined when motivation fades?
What keeps me disciplined? I'm very grateful. I don't want to say that not having fuels me. I don't want to say that. Yes, I have my experience with not having and having to work multiple jobs and a link card and childcare and the whole thing. You know, dirty rice wasn't a side dish; it was the dish. You know what I mean? It was. So I got those that struggle period, but I don't want to say that fuels me as much as um, exposure. Exposure is what's big to me. And that's another thing I really pushed on the young people. Exposure. I was able to be exposed to different things, quality of life, and by me being out and about, and you know, I travel and take different things. So I've been exposed to things that I didn't growing up didn't think was possible. So once I got exposed to it and learned that it's possible, then that kind of keeps me disciplined to say, okay, I've experienced it. This is where I am. So I'm going to do what it takes to keep it. You know, I've done crazier stuff for less, so of course I'm gonna do it.
We all have, ain't we?
You know, so of course I'm gonna do what I need to do, and then I got my family with me, so you know, to see us accustomed to certain lifestyle and exposure, then I do what I got to do. I put it on my shoulders and do what I got to do.
It's hard to go back, baby. That ain't even an option, though.
Yeah, no such thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me this. What's a hard truth about wealth most people don't want to hear? What comes along with it? You know, I've been to your house. I know, you know, you got a nice home, pool, and that, you know. What?
A misconception.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still learning. I'm learning stuff like that now. I speak from my things that I've learned. I'm learning is the stress that comes with it. It's not all glitz and glamour, and the stress part is real. And so I do a lot of studying and different things. So something I heard recently, he said some people only want more because somebody else wants more. You heard somebody say they want more, but you really don't have an idea of what you really want. So, you know, we all see somebody who grew up watching On Top of the World, and now they in prison, and you say they doing unthinkable stuff we seeing now. You know, Diddy, you know, that whole thing. So it's like, and not just him, but multiple people that we saw that's wealthy. Like now you realize, oh, they were wealthy, but I didn't know that they had to do that and make that decision and say that to get, and then you look at it and be like, okay, that's a good misconception. Don't covet or don't want what you see someone else has because you have no idea what they said or did to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pay a little bit more attention, then you realize what they actually did, and you know you're not gonna do it. So it's like you're aiming for something that you know you're really not willing to do to get that anyway.
Most definitely.
You know, so just play your own game. Play your own game. Who defines wealth? You know, my definition of wealth has changed quite a few times over a few years. Where I'm at now is peace. Where I'm at now is peace. I done
protect your peace.
Yeah.
Health and
if it costs you peace, it's too expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. If you had to start all over again today with nothing, what would you do first?
I'm stuck with that one. If I had to start all over today, what would I do first? I probably would do it all over, but I would.
Would you change anything?
No, I wouldn't change anything. I appreciate it all. I've learned from everything, any and everything. I wouldn't do anything different. I would, get a job, work the job, invest, take the resources from the job and invest in myself, invest in my family, what's important to me. If I start all over, I would do it the same way. Wake up, keep hustling, keep grinding, and I think keeping a North Star, identifying a North Star early so you don't find yourself on a hamster wheel. You know, have a know where you're going. Know where you're going. Don't just be going because it's just say you're going. You know.
What's that saying they say? A man without a plan.
A man playing the field.
Playing the field.
Yeah. You burn out and kill yourself because you don't necessarily know how you know when you. So I saw something recently said it's different if you get an equation that says 10 plus X equals 15. So you kind of got an idea of what X is. But if you're doing 10 plus X equals Y, you don't even know there's no way to know what you shoot, how to compute it. So having an idea, having a plan, having an idea of what the goal is, what is the goal, what are you trying to do? And not just doing it because you see somebody else doing it.
Exactly.
Not being a follower.
Yeah.
What's next for Mr. Kelvin Dunigan?
Oh man, what's next? Well, I've been having a lot of conversations and reading and listening lately. So what I want to do is, I've had stocks and what have you, but I want to shift. I've done real estate for some years, and I've been doing trucking. Now I want to the same, I don't want to say aggression, but the same commitment and focus. That's the year of focus. I said 26, the year of focus. The same focus I've had on real estate, I want to transition that a little bit into stock investing. Mm-hmm. I'm okay now with the real estate. I done won some, lost some. I got it. I'm good. So I just want to get more into the stocks, get more of my time back. You know, I've been doing a lot of running around the past few years. My kids are older now, so I can do some changes. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I really want to get more into the stocks, investing, and start getting my time back. Start focus more on peace, as opposed to running around making money, taking trips and all that stuff. That's cool. I enjoyed it, but peace and rest and peace of mind. I said, that's it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Also, to reiterate, tell the audience about your Zoom calls with the youth. How you directly, having Zoom calls with the youth, so it can make yourself more accessible. Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I have a monthly Zoom call. I call it Millennial Mindset. I put out there every month, and it's just a platform for young people to be together amongst other like-minded young people. I have a partner of mine. He's out in Arizona, from Arizona, and two of them from Arizona, and we get on the calls once a month, and we give them lessons. We give them lessons on business, on leadership, mainly the mindset. I think the mindset is most important, more important than the money and all the other tangible things, but the mindset. So we teach them about leadership, teach them about stocks, teach them about real estate, teach them about the transition to adulthood and that whole thing. And we it's an opportunity for them to ask us questions and ask each other questions. And we bring guests on. I brought a therapist on, talk about mental health. So we entrepreneurs, a lot of our advice and conversations from a point of entrepreneurship. So we brought on CEOs and corporate guys to give them lessons on entrepreneurship is good, cool, but it may not be for everybody. And you can still have a good quality of life as an employee or corporate or whatever the case. So we just try to give them different life principles from different avenues, different areas, and different perspectives. And it's like a mastermind, but it's free. Y'all need mastermind. They cost hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. But we give it to them for free for them to be around each other, glean from each other. My my passion behind that was, we always say, if we had him or had this when we were younger, nobody was telling us, nobody was showing us. Exactly. So this is my way of, okay, I have the opportunity to create something to give what wasn't given to us. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been doing. We've been doing it a little over a year now, and that's really been pivotal in these young people buying properties, because they get to get involved and get on the call and ask questions and break it down. And while we talking about it, there's 5 other young people listening and learning. So it's good, man. Millennial Mindsets. If you follow me on social media, you'll see the link I put out there every month. You can join. It's on Saturdays, one Saturday every month. Yeah.
Super dope. Super dope. Yeah, I believe in everything you're doing, cuz we definitely got to bring the youth together and give them some more options. I guess that where it comes in. What your word phrase, disrupt the disruption.
Yeah, we got it. We got to, man. We got to disrupt the disruptors. They don't want us to know this. They don't want us to learn this. They don't want us to take our future in our own hands and
not at all.
Create our own lane. Man, I was one young guy. I got him in the truck. We were talking. I was showing him how to let him practice how to back the truck up. So I was teaching him that. And he was talking to me, and he was telling me how he had a similar story. How he was in the streets and caught the same case I caught when he was running around and turned his life around. It was like it really made a big impact on me to see someone that was going down a wrong path and just was looking for something, and man, told him about the program we got in Illinois, things called WEO, I believe. So he got the grant to pay for the truck driving school, so he didn't have to pay no money. He got his license on the road. Now he's on the road for weeks at a time. So he's not in a neighborhood to do or get caught up in what he was getting caught up in. Mm-hmm. And I think, that kind of bothers me when people, say they for the young people and this and that. That, to me, that wasn't rocket science. Like, teach young people a trade, get on the road, make you some honest living, and if they go and make an honest living, then that means they're not in your bushes. And
they're not in the environment.
And they're sober, and they're such so forth. So, that's been a real passion for me. Like, give them a real, not for the cameras, not for the, I don't get no money for it, but really being there for the young people in our communities and make a difference that I would have wanted when I was their age.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Change their mindset,
Changing mindset.
They say you get some money, you enjoy living,
Yeah.
They can look at life different.
Yeah, people always say money and everything. It's not, but try living without it.
You say that again.
Try to live without it, so it's a tool. It's a tool.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Man, cuz I think that's about everything I wanted to touch with you on, man. I want to thank you for coming and showing us some support. Is there anything else, any more websites or social medias that you want to give to the audience so they can reach you?
No. So my social media again, Kelvin Dunigan at Facebook. IG is Disruptive Disruptors. Follow me on social media. You'll see the link to my Zoom calls on Saturdays. I just want people to disrupt the disruptors is the best way to sum it up. Right now we keep talking about Trump like he's the boogeyman. Don't get caught up in the media and the news and everything that's going on. Those are disruptors. Focus on control what you can control. Disrupt anything that's disrupting your progress. I left a nugget today. If it's costing you a piece, it's too expensive. I think those are the things I want to leave with the people. And I really appreciate y'all. Appreciate the opportunity. Yes, y'all doing an amazing thing, man. We got to come together. We got to do more of this to get the message out and really make an impact.
Yes, sir.
Make an impact.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate
y'all. All right, y'all. We out.